November. I mean, it's literally, I think, unofficially Christmas season now, right?
Yep.
I mean, I've already seen commercials with the Grinch on it. I've seen houses start to put the Christmas decorations up.
I've seen the Christmas, I got donuts for my kids already in a Christmas box. Like, that's soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah, so call us, 877-937-1047. Text us, text JJR in your message to 96893. Let us go around the room about Halloween last night, because I get very excited every year to hear about Kyle's family costume, because Kyle has 3 or 4 different levels of costumes, right?
Usually,
Yeah.
So usually I love to do like a family costume, all of us together. And this was the first year where both my kids sort of protested that idea. Like my daughter came home, she's 9, and she was like, I really want an inflatable costume. And so we started looking some up. She wanted to be a person riding a flamingo. And at first I'm like, okay, we can work with this. Then Easton will be an animal and we'll be zookeepers. How cute. Easton refused. He wanted to be Mario Kart. So I was like, okay, there's really no way to fuse those together, so let's divide and conquer. So what I ended up doing was I was Luigi to his Mario, and then Scott was not into it at all this year. So I happened to whip up a shirt for him on my Cricut that said, I'm with the flamingo.
Cute.
But I waited until like so last minute that literally yesterday, Halloween day, I'm driving around trying to find a Spirit Halloween store. And I'm like, these things were on every corner. Like, how can I not find them? Yeah. And so Peyton and I were Googling where they were. I went to 2 locations where Google had said they were. They weren't there. Then finally ended up going to the Spirit Halloween website and then found a location. So if you were ever looking for one next year, go straight to their website. Don't Google it.
Wow.
So found
what'd
it.
you get?
So I got a mustache. And I had already had a Luigi hat because I've been Luigi before, which was like such a bummer because I don't like repeating Halloween costumes. But it was for the kids, you guys.
Yes.
And you know, Easton, he's my kid who he doesn't like anything scary at all. So like trick-or-treating for him, going up to a house where people he doesn't know may be in costume answering the door is like an absolute no. So last night he was like, I don't really want to go trick-or-treating. And I was like, it's okay, buddy. If you don't want to go to the door, just come walk with us. Take a walk, right? And so I was expecting him to do that the entire time. And he was like the first one running to the door.
That's
and at one point he goes, Mom, I love this Halloween. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Did you go through the candy and
repeating a
stuff?
costume worth it.
Did you go through all their candy?
Not yet, because we got home so late last night that it was like, just go to bed.
Okay.
We'll deal with the candy tomorrow. But we usually do go through the candy.
What about you, Peyton? What'd you end up doing?
We ended up going to my mom and dad's house, so we were just hanging out, handing out candy. We were going to get dressed up, Kadeem and I, and like last second, like the last couple weeks have been pretty crazy, so I didn't have a chance to go do Halloween the way I wanted to. So I was like, we're just going to get you a Spider-Man mask. I'm going to be Zendaya version MJ. We're good to go. It'll be cute, whatever. That didn't end up happening because I felt like crap the whole day yesterday, and I was like, I just want to sleep in bed. So I ended up getting my stuff together, going. My dad was handing out candy for the first time in the last couple of years, which was kind of cool because he's all about the Halloween. Like, that's his jam. He likes sitting outside and being the center of attention and talking to people. Like, that's just how he is. And so it was fun to see him out there, and apparently he was taking shots with all the neighbors because we had, like, a basket for the adults with, like, little shooters. And I was inside. Like, I seriously, like, felt terrible all day yesterday. So I was just, like, watching the videos. I had the worst FOMO. I had Halloween indoors. It was terrible. But it was fine. I got a couple of Reese's bars. I'm good.
So were you guys at all, like, trick-or-treating and handing out candy? I mean, also watching the World Series?
Yeah,
Like-
we watched it.
So you watched it?
We were going back from the World Series and then the Suns versus the Spurs games. We were kind of flipping back and forth.
Dang. What about you, Rich?
My neighborhood went bonkers last night. I mean, there's a ton of little kids that live in my neighborhood, and then there's a ton of like middle school kids. So I was just setting up like around 5, and the little kids started coming around already. So it was on. And at some point around 7, I ran out of candy. I mean, I was out, and I had a ton of candy. So I'm folding up my table because it's time to close up shop around 7:30. And that's when listeners are, oh, hey, Rich, I thought you had full-size candy bars. I'm like, I'm totally out. And this lady appears out of nowhere, and she's like, you can go on, I don't know what the app is, like Ulu, and they will bring you Halloween candy if you've run out. Like, well, it's kind of late. Shouldn't you guys be done trick-or-treating? I mean, I'm not going on Ulu. And she's like, here. And she's putting the phone in my face, showing me how to order. And she's putting in my address. I'm like, no, I'm done. We're out. We're done. But my neighborhood got slammed last night. And I thought the kids looked great. All the kids were polite. They were all nice. So, very successful Halloween for us, I feel like.
Were you in costume?
I didn't have time. By the time I was setting up, it was on. There was people in line, so no, I wasn't.
Oh, that's weird. I thought you were wearing a costume from last night still. Rich comes into the Diamondbacks t-shirt, and I'm like, okay, now you're wearing a Diamondbacks t-shirt?
Now they need it more than
trying to do.
Yeah, they need it.
I know. I was like, you had to just get that shirt.
I did just get that shirt.
What
I'm
about
going
you,
tonight.
John Jay?
I don't want to say yet.
What?
I don't want to tell
Did
you
you guys
yet.
hand out candy?
I'm not gonna. I don't want to tell you
just
guys
went
yet.
around the room
I
and
know.
you don't-
I
you're
know
not gonna
because
tell
I want to save. I want to tell. It was something very different happened last night in my house. Something very different, and I'm trying to figure out how to say it
Oh, interesting.
because there's lots of emotion. There's excitement. There's regret. There's sadness.
Oh, wow.
There's emptiness. It was a very
What?
different. Yeah, I know. And it was a big moment yesterday. Positive or negative, I don't know. I'm still trying to process it. So I'm going to tell you guys about it though a little later this morning, I think.